Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today we are going to focus on the October Paper Pumpkin Kit. And I think I keep calling it Nests of Winter because it coordinates with that suite, but it's actually called Nests of Christmas. So this is what the kit looks like. It has all the supplies that you need to create 8 different cards. So there's 2 different designs and they're fun fold cards. So I'm going to just show you some alternate ways to use the kit. I actually decided to cut up all of the fun fold card bases. And you'll see why as we go along. But so good morning. Good morning, everyone. So these are just some of the alternate ideas. I'll walk you through just a couple of alternates, and then I'll show you all the rest of the alternate designs. I have about 9 different alternate card designs, so different ways that you can use this kit. You can certainly create the fun fold cards, and I'll show you those first. You can certainly create these, or you can use these alternate designs. So these are the fun fold cards. I'm gonna just adjust let's adjust this a little bit. Seems off bright. So these are the fun fold cards that you can create with the kit. And basically what I did is I took, when I cut apart the other cards, the other card bases, I took some of those pieces and I added them to the inside of the card. So this is actually a card base that I cut up. So that's that's the card base. I just cut another piece and put it on the inside. And then I cut up one of the envelopes to also decorate the inside. So that was just kind of a fun way to, use this design, still stick with the fun fold card, but create, just something a little different on the inside. And I did the same thing with this one. So I just kind of created this, inside design, just using some of the extra pieces. All right, so that is, I'm going to try to figure out why we got so much light here. Hang on one second. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Okay, so let's talk about this first design that I have. So basically in the card kit, what I want to show you here is when I cut up the design, when I cut up the fun fold design from this card kit, you end up with some little frames that you can use to create some alternate designs. So these little frames are actually the front of this fun fold card. So this is the fun fold card, and this frame is the front piece. So I basically just cut right on the score line so that I could use these little frames to create some alternate designs. And then these little pieces are the pop outs. So with the fun fold cards, whoops, not this one, the other one. Where's the other one? There are little pop outs. Maybe I used them all. Let's see. Here it is. This little pop out. So this pops out, and you can use these for additional card making. So I highly recommend doing that because there's, 8 different pop outs here that you can use as a background. And you can use the Nests of Winter, some of the birds from the Nests of Winter designer series paper if you want to, because you will run out of little birds to use from this kit. So those are some of the pieces, and then the other pieces are just the kind of these little flap pieces from the kit. So you have lots of different designer paper from these fun fold cards that you can cut up and use to create some alternate designs. So that's really what I did. I just cut up all the card bases except for 2 to create these alternate designs. So this first card that I just want to walk you through, I started with a piece of white cardstock. So this is just your standard card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. And I embossed the front of it with the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. And then I just used one of those pop-outs. So I used this kind of window-shaped pop-out as the background for this card. And then I just took some of the pieces from the kit. These are all little pieces, little birds that came in the kit. These are the little banners from the kit. And then there were little pre-cut pieces of ribbon. So that's really all I did to create this. So I'm just going to put this on right away. And like I said, there's quite a few, got some glue stuck here. There's quite a few different pop-outs like this that you could use in the center of your card. There we go. And then you can just add whatever focal point that you want. So that's what I did. So we'll add that, and then I'm just going to move this out of the way. So for the bird, basically what I did is I cut this off. So let me do that. I cut off this little piece here. So this is one of the pieces from the kit. So let's just cut around this. I had to do a little bit of filling in here. So that's why I cut this off. But we'll just round this. So this I just kind of put right in here. And right up like that. So we'll add this little piece. And that'll just kind of fill that in a little bit. So in the kit, there's two birds that actually get adhered together. There's this one, they're two separate pieces. So I'm just using one of the pieces here. And so that's why I'm filling that in, so that when I put my greeting here, that it just kind of, I don't have a big white space. So let's just add some glue. We'll put it a little too far over. And then we will pop this up on the card. But actually, I got to add this first. Let's flip this over. I'm going to add this little piece of ribbon right on the bottom. There we go. All right, let's get some dimensionals on that. So yeah, you can cut apart all the different things in this kit to make some fun little alternate designs. I'm just going to put some dimensionals here to hold this ribbon in place. So I had a little difficulty with the fun folds. I don't know if you guys have put together your kit yet, but because the fun fold, because of the design, let's see, let's add a little bit more glue here. The front of the fun folds were just a little bit flimsy. So that's why I opted to just kind of cut them apart. And they just make for some just really pretty cards. So hold that. So that's how simple it is to create, you know, just a little different style card with those little pieces. All right, so that is the first design. I should probably show you what the stamp set looks like. These were the images in the stamp set. And then this is the stamp set. So a lot of people ask what this is for. This is for actually lining up your images. So if you want to line them up on your plastic piece, these little plastic pieces that come in the kit, just lay the plastic piece down over the top of this and then just line up all your images. So that's what that's for. It's also just a nice little visual to show you what you have. All right, so let's do this second one here. So this one, this time I decided to cut up one of the card bases. So this is what the actual card base looks like. It's kind of the inside piece for this. And so I just cut it down so that I could use it to create this card. So let me separate all my pieces here. I got pieces everywhere. All right, so this, I just cut it down to 2.5, and see it's got that open center piece, so it works perfect for this card. So I just cut it down to 2.5 inches wide. It's 5.5 inches long. And then that's just gonna go right down the center of the card front. So we'll add this. And I'm just using shaded spruce. That is the color that was in this particular kit. Let's grab the rest of my pieces here. And then just cut a 3.5 by 3.5 inch piece of white cardstock, and I did embossing. Getting some really bad glare here. I did some embossing with the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. So that's just going to go right in the center. Now, if you don't have the kit, you can certainly use these layouts with any supplies you have. You know, just change out the pattern paper in the background and create a different focal point. So, and then these are just some of the pieces in the kit. So I started by just adhering these two pieces together. So we'll add a little bit of glue here. And we'll put this right like that, I guess. Let's turn it a little bit. And then this piece is just going to get kind of tucked in here. Oops, like that. So we will add, I'm going to add a little bit of glue right to these. See if we can keep this in place. There we go. And let's add our dimensionals. So again, these are all created with basically the kit supplies. You know, I did a little bit of embossing with my own, you know, I added some of my own supplies and of course my own card bases, but the majority of this is done with the kit supplies. Okay, so we're adding a lot of dimensionals here. This little bird is not coming apart. All right, so let's add this right down off the bottom here. All right, and that is another fun alternate idea. All right, so let me see if I can dim the light a little bit here. I don't know if that helps. Maybe that helps a little bit. Okay, so these are two of the alternate designs, and then these are the other two. But I have a couple other ones. So the kit came with all these fun little, you know, pre-colored little elements. So I like that. So again, I just cut up the designer paper. This piece right here is actually, where did it go? It's actually one of these. It's one of those center pieces that I just added right across the front. So instead of using it, you know, this way, I just turned it this way. But it just gives you a fun little design there. And then here is another little design. So again, I used that center piece that pops out of the frame. That's what I used in the center there. And then just cut up some of the card base to add here on the side. And what else do I have for you? Here's some more alternate designs. So this one I did, some embossing here on, I don't know if you can really see it. Let's see. I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time with the lighting today, but maybe you can see it better. Maybe you can see it better here. But anyways, this is embossed. And then I actually incorporated some of the Nests of Winter elements. So this is a die cut shape from that Nests of Winter suite, and I just use that in the background with, the cut up card bases. And then here's just another design. So I think I have, let's see, how many do I have out here? I think I have a total of 9. These last 2 designs I'm going to show you. These I actually created with the envelopes. So in the kit, there are 8 different envelopes, and they look like this. And they have this pretty little design on the bottom here. And then up on the flap, they also have that little design. So here, when I cut apart the envelope, I used one flap up here and one flap down here, and then just added a 1.5-inch wide piece of pattern paper across the center. And then this little image, I just colored him in. So that's the image from the stamp set. So that was kind of a fun way, just a different design and a fun way that you could use the envelopes to create some alternate designs. And this one actually is the bottom part of the envelope here. So that I have peeking through one of these. So let me show you that. So basically I cut down the envelope so that this little piece would show up in the corner there. So I used this frame from the Fun Fold card, this window section, and I just let that little envelope peek through there, and it creates just a really pretty little card. So just a little tip for you: when you cut apart the envelope, you want to make sure that you cut as close to the edge here as possible, so that you can get as much of that little element as you can. So I kind of cut it pretty close. So it just makes a really pretty little card. So those are the alternate ideas that I have for you guys. I'll get these up on the blog for you. This was definitely a pretty little kit. There's lots of things that you can do with it. And you can also, include the use of, I can't think of it, of the Nests of Winter. That's it. You can also include the Nests of Winter, designer paper. You can use the stamp set, and you can use up all the rest of the supplies. So when I cut up all of these card bases, I still have lots and lots of pieces of this paper, this pattern paper left that I can use to create with. Plus I have the stamp set that has that pretty cardinal in it. So there's lots of different things that you can do with this kit. If you did not get this month's kit, I do have one extra, so I've linked to that in the description with this video. And if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I do highly recommend it, because there's just so much you can do with the kit. So even if you're not too thrilled with the designs, or maybe you just have other ideas for how you want to use the supplies, there's just lots of things that you can do with it. It's just kind of a fun way to stretch your creativity, get your creative juices going, I guess, and just use the supplies differently. So, all right, you guys. So that's what I have for you today. Like I said, I'll get those up on my blog later today. So I hope you guys enjoyed these alternate ideas, and I hope they gave you a way that you can use your Paper Pumpkin kit differently. So have a fun rest of your day and a great week. And I will see you guys again next week. So take care, everybody.